Is it fair?
To answer the question more specifically, I think it definitely has a purpose. It has a purpose. I don't know if it's being instituted the right way though.
So the way I see affirmative action is that it just shifts around which of the well-deserving students gets a spot. I mean, as long as you're taking students that still deserve a spot, it's fine. But if you're, dipping into people who just won't succeed here or don't fit, then that's a problem.
Well, I mean, anytime you accept one student, not another, you're affecting the composition of the student body, and you're hurting somebody and helping somebody. It's not clear affirmative action, if done within reason, is going to make you any worse off than any other admission procedure.
If everyone did have the same opportunity to, from a child to reach these avenues, then then there'd be no reason for this. There'd be no reason for anyone to say it's unfair. And I think that's what many people see it as now. Affirmative action. We're not being fair to everyone.
It ain't easy because it's rare to find people to talk like you, especially when and act like you have the same personality when you are from a neighborhood of all minorities, mostly Hispanics neighborhood. Then you come here, it's a big culture shock, not culture shock, but it's a big difference. So you feel less comfortable and less at home. So you feel you have to adjust yourself to try to fit in, which is hard at times.
I mean, I just don't believe in the whole minorities getting a chance and being fair. Everybody here makes it because they did their work. If you happen to be black and you got here, I don't think it's because that they wanted you here because you're black to be here. So if you got the grades and you killed the interview, doesn't matter what color you are. So I don't really know how to answer that question, so I don't believe in it.
I think affirmative action. We don't use the term that directly anymore because it has negative connotations to it. But it is, you're trying to create a class. You're trying to create a student body that's diverse, that looks like the world that we live in.
I think affirmative action is attempting to give everybody a fair chance. Being that we all come from different socio-economic backgrounds, social-political backgrounds, social-cultural backgrounds. So the education system at large tried to integrate people who did not have as much opportunities to reach a certain pinnacle, and they give them a little boost of some sort to support them through, to help to facilitate the process of them getting into college and maintaining their college attendance and achieving success in college so that they could be fruitful citizens.
That's what it is, but it's a lot more than just that. You have to define who are those who get the opportunities, not just about minorities. A lot of women receive opportunity through affirmative action. Once college was an all-white males club, but through programs like affirmative action, more of the other has entered, so there's more women.
However, I think because of a lot of other reasons, it's necessary because a lot of the time we don't grow up the same way with the same opportunities, with the same surroundings, and because of the history of this country, just with oppression and just like racism and slavery and all that thing, it's in this country's history, and because of that, I think that we need to recognize that we do need programs like this
that provides opportunities for students who are capable, right? For example, another way of diversity is economic diversity. Do we want to be a school where the only people who can go here are those who could afford it, who are wealthy? Affirmative action creates financial aid opportunities for people who are also smart but who are not rich or wealthy.
Affirmative action is, like I said before, is kind of the school taking PR steps in order to increase diversity to save face publicly.
One area where I would complain is I feel
the administration is very unsupportive of student groups and student rights and activities.
Like, whatever made the campus look good, the school would back it up. Like, BSU did a program where we had a white, all-white ballet performance group open up a step show, and then an all-black dance group was in intermission, and the two videos got put together, and it was showcased as diversity at the University of Rochester. And the U of R stamped their name on it without even asking the group permission to say that you guys presented this. So any opportunity for the U of R to say, oh, we're diverse, they'll go for it. But I don't see U of R in terms of their actual money being the big heads taking those initiatives to really enforce diversity on campus.
I do think they, to make this campus look good, you know, to keep the image up of, you know, we're the University of Rochester and we're trying to reach out to the Rochester community. You know, in terms of admissions, they pump that image that, you know, we're a school that is very diverse and we're trying to get more minorities. And in terms of admissions, yes, they do work really hard in trying to get more minority students of all shades and colors on this campus. But in terms of when you actually get on this campus and retaining those minority students, it's a different story.
Definitely back then, definitely affirmative action needed to be in place in order to put people in a different light and push them ahead and resist the statistical discrimination that they face in the job market and the education market. But now I'm not sure how good it does.
I don't think it advantages minorities in the ways it has in the past, right? Because I think it's become broader than just race. So I don't think it disadvantages minorities, but I don't think there's as much tension on it as it used to be.
I think it's still useful in maybe in society in more like developing country, but like in US, I don't think so.
It's still useful. It's very helpful. And, it's something to always consider when making decisions, missions and other decisions.
I think you have a really good system, justice system and anything to protect human rights, protect people from different backgrounds. So I don't think it's that useful as it used to be.
Because everyone's born into different social, everyone's born into different social and economic situations. Fair. But I think it should be, affirmative action should be more income based than race based, because I think that's the fairest way to do it. Because, that just seems more consistent and less, hypocritical.
I can agree with most people that the issue should be addressed at a younger age and not necessarily, when applying for jobs or when applying for schools and things like colleges. But I think it's also used in a way that it has such a stigma that for the minority students that are at schools like the University of Rochester, it makes it seem like they are undeserving of being here because, they're only here because they are a minority.
Since 2006, we've been talking about the whole diversity within our faculty, and I still have not seen any change. Instead of hiring more faculty of color, I've only seen faculty of color actually leave this institution. Diversity within the students. I feel like we have a lot of great students on campus. The numbers have increased a lot, but the interaction amongst our students have not represented a diverse community. So I feel like our community as a whole is not diverse, however we have more people on campus. Like, if we all can agree that there is a problem, shouldn't the next step be like, where do we go from here?
Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs